Well, I started with the Windborne music about 2 years ago, I think almost 2 years to the day. A mutual friend of one of the band members called me and said they were looking for a guy to sing in the style of Freddie Mercury, and I had been performing with my band in Vegas, Yellow Brick Road, for a number of years and doing Queen, Led Zeppelin, Journey, etc., all that great classic rock stuff. And so it was already kind of right up my alley, and they called me out and I flew out to Virginia Beach and did an audition, and lo and behold they picked me and off and running. And I'd say we do the show on average once every couple of months, something like that. Sometimes it's more frequent than that, and sometimes it's spread out, but we're getting ready to start a new show actually in July, the music of The Who as well. So they're adding shows, and it's growing, and it's great for me. So I get to sing the Roger Daltrey stuff next, so nobody can be Freddie Mercury. But I guess you could say I try to emulate his vocal stylings as best as I can. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing an impersonation of Freddie Mercury. I'm not running around with a fake mustache and the tight shorts and all. I mean, I do that at home, but I don't do that here. The music of Queen is so diverse in itself. I mean, if you go across their spectrum of songs, and it's everything from kind of ragtime, old jazz, barbershop quartet stuff to hard driving, almost heavy metalish rock guitar stuff, to songs like Bohemian Rhapsody that are operatic in nature. So to answer the question, how does it lend itself to an orchestra? It's such a great music to begin with. I mean, if you get down to the fundamentals of the chord changes and their harmonies, I think Queen went out of their way to do as much studio magic as they could, and of course a lot of that was difficult to recreate live, whereas with a 50-piece orchestra, what we may be lacking in vocal harmonies or tremendous overdubs with the guitar in the studio, we can now recreate it live with trombones or cellos or horns or strings or whatever. So we've got a real big palette of colors to choose from, you know, when you're trying to put all those elements back onto the stage. So in that sense, it works well, because I think even Queen was sort of unable to recreate their studio sound live. In fact, if you see any footage of them at Wembley, you'll see them when they get to the center section of Bohemian Rhapsody, they cut and they run the video, and then they duck off stage real quick, maybe have a little drinky poo or something, and then come back out and finish the song, whereas we go right through the whole entire song. And you know, fortunately we've got an arsenal up there to pull it off. It's about a 2-hour show with an intermission in the middle, and you know, you could do easily an 8-hour show and it'd all be great music to choose from. And that's the problem with bands like Queen and Led Zeppelin and The Who and all the Windborne shows. You know, picking those magical 18 songs that are going to best represent the entire band's catalog is kind of a tough thing to do. And you know, I'm sure if I had my way, I'd pick certain songs, and if some of the other guys had their way, they'd be different songs. But ultimately, you can't go wrong. You know, and every song in the show is a winner. You know, and it's a winner not because it's necessarily the biggest hit, but it's a winner musically. It's a winner because it's you know, from one extreme to the other. We cover the whole gamut. You know, from more obscure songs and softer ballady type songs to the powerhouse anthems and rockers. So yeah, I mean, when you think of a song like We Will Rock You, and the fact that it's not just a musical song, it's played in every sports arena around the country. You know, doesn't matter what color you are, what age you are, it's an undeniable hit song, and people instantly want to stomp their feet and clap their hands. So yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody, we do the song, of course, within the first few notes on the piano, people are cheering. So what I particularly like is when some of the lesser known songs get a reaction. You know, when you do something like My Melancholy Blues, which is another party's over and I'm left cold sober, baby left me for somebody new. And I'll be honest with you, I mean, I'm a pretty big Queen fan. I wasn't familiar with the tune when Brent, the conductor, called it out, and I had to learn it, and it's one of my favorite songs that we do now. And it's probably because it's not the most overplayed song. You know, you don't hear it that often. And the Queen diehard fans really appreciate when you dig deep like that and pull out something that you actually might have to think, what? Whoa, okay, that was 76? Those are the great moments. Open up your mind and let me step inside. Rest your weary head and let your heart decide. It's so easy when you know the rules. It's so easy. All you have to do is fall in love. Play the game. Everybody play the game of love. Yeah. When you're feeling down and your resistance is low, light another cigarette and let yourself go. This is your life. Don't play hard to get. It's a free world. All you have to do is fall in love. Play the game. Everybody play the game of love. Ooh, yeah. My game of love had just begun. Love runs from my